Yo, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. We've got an Alliance War video where I'm taking Path 3. Now, I'm gonna say I did omit some stuff in this video, but it's not really stuff that you guys are gonna miss. But we're gonna come up on this first fight. Generally, you want to take Namor in for this first path, but I just felt like I didn't have the commodity of just taking a Namor instead of any one of these other champions, just because it's, these flow wars, I don't know. However, with Kabam's announcement that they'll be making some changes, hopefully they'll be like actually really awesome changes to the way flow, or actually defensive tactics work overall. Just because, I don't know, there's some fights that are fine with flow, I think, but either way, they're still annoying. I mean, Spite itself is pretty annoying, but at least you can, you don't get punished for landing a critical hit. And now we even have a champion, a Red Guardian, who doesn't get any buffs. But yeah, first fight, pretty easy clap. Going on to this next fight, this is MODOK with Limber and also Psychic Thorns. There was this actually one war where nobody brought in a counter to MODOK, and people actually got stuck there. I was kind of annoyed because I didn't think MODOK would be a roadblock for people. But yeah, it turned out to be a pretty tough fight, and it's because people still, in my opinion, still underestimate Quake. Quake is honestly such a strong champion. The fact that she doesn't really have to deal with flow. I don't think any flow defenders can actually counter Quake. I think the only champions are like Killmonger. He's not a flow defender. He'd be a villain. Who else? Loki. I don't think Loki is a control defender either. But basically champions that can. Oh, I guess you got. Well, Moman's not a control defender either. But yeah, it's just very limited champions that can actually counter Quake that are also flow defenders. You got Mordo. Mordo's a control defender. However, Mordo, you can counter his power gain as long as you have a concussion up on him. But yeah, first two fights done, pretty easy, honestly. That MODOK was a little sketch just because I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to handle it, because again, I did see a war where people got stuck and had to send backup and stuff, and yeah, it just wasn't good look. But going on to this Iron Man Infinity War fight, this is also a flow defender. I think Iron Man Infinity War and Warlock are probably among the. So I think it's you got Dormammu, you got Iron Man Infinity War, Guillotine 2099, and also Warlock, who are like pretty tough flow defenders. And so I'm gonna be using Void for this fight. Void is actually pretty freaking clutch because towards the end of this fight, I just really couldn't afford to go for parries. So I think I've talked about it before on this channel, where those Furies from Aggression Fury, they're based off the boosted health, which is kind of ridiculous. So if this defender, let's say he has 5,000 attack normally, and then boosted he has 10,000 attack, then each stack of Fury is gonna add 5,000. I'm sorry. Okay, if it was based off of base attack and he had 5,000 base, it would give him 2,500. But because this stacks off of boosted, and let's say he had 10,000, he would gain 5,000 attack for every Fury. So one Fury would go from 10,000 attack all the way to 15,000. Two Furies would be 20,000. Right there, he had 3 Furies, and these aren't the values he has right now. I'm just giving you guys an example, like of how huge of an attack increase, basing Aggression Fury off of boosted attack is. So if he had 3 Furies, and if his attack was actually 10,000, he would have 25,000 attack, which is like room like 15 incursions or even stronger than final boss fight. So so here we just wait it out. He kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a wuss method, but he has 5 Furies, but he's degenning because of Fear of the Void. And yeah, easy clap, guys. I say it like it was an easy fight. It's actually pretty hard, and like a fight I actually had to concentrate for. And then we have this Mr. Fantastic. This Mr. Fantastic has a Biohazard and I believe Best Defense, which increases his evade rate, but it shouldn't really affect us because we're going to be using Quake. However, this fight didn't go all too well. If you've been noticing, I haven't been boosting at all. The other thing is I haven't been healing as much. If I was taking these fights seriously, I would be boosting, healing, everything I could. But yeah, I'm just not doing that, and so I'm going up against this Mr. Fantastic, and his animations are honestly pretty quick, and I believe so the very start of the fight, I actually missed quite a bit. My heavy, I believe. I think I was going for another heavy, and then he ended up comboing me, so I'm down to 52% health. And then I get comboed again, and I would have been fine if he didn't have assassins. So I ended up dying in this fight. And another thing I'm noticing is that he's reducing. I'm not sure if he's reducing it or I'm just I don't know. Maybe I don't have enough concussion stuff, but my concussion is only doing 4,700 damage, which normally I believe Quake does like 7,000 or 8,000 if you have like 15 stacks or something. And then yeah, like I said, I died to Assassin's range, so at this point I'm kind of disappointed in myself because this was supposed to be the easy fight, but I did notice that my damage was a lot lower, and so I'm thinking I haven't read Mr. Fantastic's abilities in a while, but I guess maybe he has some kind of physical resist. I don't know. Let me know, guys, in the comments down below. So I revive Quake, heal her up. I'm thinking, alright, Hector, calm down. Just to Mr. Fantastic. So go back in. He only has 44,000 health, so that should 3 aftershocks is what I need to expire. Alright, and so now that I look at the damage here, 348 per tick, that is lower than usual. I think usually it's around 500 for Quake with full suicides. So the fact that I'm doing a lot less health, or I mean a lot less damage, does kind of affect it. And his animations are kind of quick. That's something I noticed. I know Kabam once did say that characters have same speed of stuff, but it's definitely not true. If you play Quake a lot, you definitely notice that that's definitely not true. Alright, on to, I believe this is my second to last fight. We had other people take down the other 2 fights, including the mini, which I thought I was going to take. There was a Doctor Strange that I was going to take with Void, but somebody else ended up taking that. And I believe Doctor Strange should also be a control defender. Alright, so going with Dr. Doom, the plan here is to just throw an SP3, but before we throw an SP3, I want to also get rid of that evade charge, but it did get a little tough. So he throws his SP1, so he gets his evade charge again. Throws another SP1, and yeah, I'm just noticing his power gain is pretty nuts. I'm not sure if that's because just medium light just gives him that much power. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, just 3 heavies and he was almost at an SP2. Another thing, guys, if you guys didn't know, so Stealth Spidey, his light attacks, I think his first light attack doesn't make contact. Okay, so here what we're gonna do is we're gonna parry heavy. I think I'm trying to get a parry and then get him to evade. So medium, light, he evades, going for a bit of a combo, and go for my SP3. This should do a lot of damage, honestly. I think Dr. Doom's SP3 actually does a decent chunk of health. So go in my SP3. Get him pretty damn low, so he's down to 8%. Go for medium, and he's dead. So that fight, it got a little tricky towards the end, but we made it through. So alright, so I'm gonna skip through a part where essentially I was looking at my the members in the battle group, and I was assigning minis. I was telling people, alright, you're gonna take this, you're gonna take this. I'm not sure if you guys are interested in that. If you guys are, I can do that in the future and record it and see how I plan stuff out as an officer. But yeah, I plan for me to take on this Vision Arcus, and yeah, I don't know, it just kind of took a combo at the start. Not very cool. Going for an SP1 Power Steel, nullify his buffs, go for a heavy, and then I realized, oh shoot, I kind of messed up. He's gonna throw his SP3, but luckily we had we still had the aura, which caused us to power drain him a little bit. Managed to get back to an SP1, so we nullified his buffs. Got some power gain ourselves because of our signature ability. We were able to launch off an SP3, so he should be stunned here. Go for medium, light attack. Go for an SP1. And we shoot up back to an SP3, and that is basically the fight. But yeah, Vision with Doom is kind of sketchy, but at the same time kind of fun as well. But yeah, that's gonna be it to the Alliance War video. It's a little bit toned down just because I need to like head off to work. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next Alliance War video. Take care.